So what I have here is the Three of Crystals. This is the Three of Pentacles, okay? The busy bee, building the beehive. And bees are very, they work in colonies, right? So they work with others that are also building towards a same purpose or a same goal. And this is like someone who's very hardworking, who's very fastidious, and who is very diligent and careful with the things that they do. The bees are programmed to build, you know, the hive in a certain way. It's like this was done before. It's programmed in their DNA to work a certain way, to collaborate, to cooperate. And it's like there's no sense of individuality. Everyone is working towards a common purpose, to build up this colony, to fortify it, to I'm sensing here, to produce something that of greater value. And so there's a lot of collaboration and cooperation coming through from this card. And I also feel like, you know, if in the past there has been disagreements, creative differences that has really stalled or halted or interfere with a production of something, this is going to be clearing up, mainly because now everyone's on the same page and everyone has a role and everyone is assigned certain tasks, so they know where they're supposed to be, where they're supposed to go. And so we don't have a situation where everyone's out to, you know, work on their own, or everyone's like working at cross purposes with each other. What's showing up in the past here is the Five of Swords. Okay, this is like creative differences, conflict, and not being able to agree, not being able to see eye to eye. But I feel like there is a melting away of this energy to allow for this collaboration and cooperation to build up. And it's building up in such a way where it's happening very fast, very, very quickly. And you're building yourself up to be the Empress. This is, you know, abundance, okay? Having enough in your life. Having enough where you don't have to worry about your finances. You can splurge on nice things. You can afford to, you know, go on dates. You can afford to, like, travel. You can afford to have, like, the nice things in life. Being in a position where you don't have to nickel and dime yourself, where you have to, you know, count your change, or you don't even need to, you know, save up for a rainy day. Having enough and being in a space of abundance. And so I feel both of these cards indicate to me a situation where, you know, definitely finances is looking up. It's looking very good. It's looking to be very stable. And I feel like it might have taken, you know, I feel like 2019 was kind of like a wild card year for many of you. And what that means to me is sort of like we were aware of what we're working towards, but we're not really aware of the end result. It's sort of like the bees are starting to build that beehive, but they haven't really come together yet. And the building process was beginning, where you start to see how all the small parts make up the whole. You're starting to see the big picture. And it feels like the beehive is you know, coming towards a space or a phase of completion, so that you can kind of like, you know, rest on your laurels, kick up your feet and relax a little bit, and not have to mentally strain, not have to deal with these ideological debates, and not have to persuade anybody to your point of view, persuade anybody to work for their better interest. So I feel like starting off in January, there's a really nice, relaxing, calm atmosphere where you can kick up your feet, where you can feel like, you know, I've done a really good job in 2019, as well as I know where I'm supposed to be. I feel at home. I feel at ease. I feel comfortable. Okay. So it took a long time. It took a whole year for you possibly to get to this point. And now that you're here, things are looking really good. And so I feel this sense of total contentment washing over you with everything that you have right now, all the physical things in your environment, the car, the home, the relationship, the people in your life even. Everything is falling into place and everything is as it should be. Okay? What I'm also sensing as well, with this Empress energy, this is like nesting instinct, okay? Wanting to create a home. So for many of you, you might be in a position where you're just like, Okay, finances are going really well. I'm ready to settle down. Wanting to find a mate is what I'm sensing. Wanting to share your life, your abundance, and your resources with another person. And wanting as well to be in a space where you have, I feel like you are ready to open your doors and invite other people into your life, into your home, into your environment, so that you can, build on relationships. Okay, so I keep seeing this bee, and I keep thinking of it as like networking, buzzing, the buzzing of the bee. There's a lot of noise, there's a lot of like ideas coming into the picture, a lot of people potentially seeking you out, want to collaborate on this, want to work on that, here's an opportunity, do you want to take up the mantle? So I feel like there's a lot of energy being generated, buzzing around you, and it's looking very good. What is underneath this Empress is we have the High Priestess, and I usually look at this as like two very different energies that are harmonious though, okay? Both very feminine, but you could be male or female watching this. It's not gender specific. So the Empress and the High Priestess. The Empress rule the realm of the physical things, the tangible things, the house, the money, the resources. The High Priestess rules the spiritual realm. And this is like being able to be on point with our intuition, relying on our intuition, being able to speak and to heed a higher calling, being able to trust our gut instincts and trust that our instincts will guide us towards the right decision. And I feel like you have been working in this space. This is a space where Scorpio is really comfortable with, because it deals with spirituality, it deals with cause and effect, and it deals with like, the higher order, the law of the land that we have to abide by, being, like honor, loyalty, doing what's right, and not throwing anybody under the bus, not being like duplicitous or sneaky or conniving. So this is kind of like following our intuition, following our moral compass, so that we do the right things under even harsh and difficult situations. And because you have heeded this calling and you have, abided by the rules of the universe, I feel like the universe is coming in and giving you a lot of blessings, and giving you a lot of abundance, because you have played the right way. You have behaved the right way. So I definitely feel here your heart, your soul, and your mind are definitely in alignment. You're not conflicted. You know exactly who you are, what you're supposed to do. And so when we're in alignment, heart, body, and soul, I just feel as if life becomes a lot easier. We're not working at cross purposes with ourselves. Hence, we're not working at cross purposes with other people. And then when we're in alignment, heart, body, and soul, with what we want and what we're doing, the days seem to go by faster. There's less conflict. There's less annoyances, right? And life just flows naturally in a very calm way. And so I feel like you have pretty much achieved something where you are able to kind of like experience this sense of serenity and calmness in all areas of your life, mainly because, heart and mind and body are in alignment, okay? Some of you are taking very good care of yourself. I see people, getting their hair colored, okay? So this is like sprucing up the way that you look with this Empress card. And I'm seeing getting their hair trimmed, getting a haircut, changing the hair color, splurging on even like headdress and headwear, because I'm seeing that bonnet from that woman. Wearing hats, just like coloring your hair, making your hair or styling your hair in a way that is more flattering, having the luxury to indulge in, the finer things in life, where we start to, find things that make us feel physically good, right? And I'm also seeing, New Year shopping, even getting a new wardrobe, wanting to look a little bit more sophisticated. So some of you might have gotten like promotions and things like that in a new job, and you're in a position where you might be in the public eye and you're trying to look your best. Not that, you know, these things matter in the greater scheme of things, but I feel like you want to look a certain way. You want to look more sophisticated. You want to look more polished. And I feel that you're, you know, sprucing up the way that you look, mainly because I do sense you're in an environment that might require it, but either way, you're doing it. It's not like you're doing it begrudgingly. You're willingly doing it. And I feel that it's going to do wonders for your self-esteem. And I also feel like a lot of people are, you know, getting into shape, getting into like finding the right diet that works for you. Even dieting, exercising, and just taking really good care of your physical body. Finding the time to do it too, because I feel like you're going to be quite busy. But all of these things are about self-care and self-improvement. And so this spread is screaming out to me a lot about our own sense of divinity and listening to our intuition, okay? We have two cards here that indicate, well, three cards that indicates to me a higher calling, a higher purpose, heeding that calling, heeding that purpose, and not making excuses as to why we are not where we're supposed to be. And what exactly does that mean? What I feel is, well, let me show you the cards. The moon, intuition. This is about clairvoyance. This is about trusting in our gut, our intuition, to guide us on the right path. We have the moon, the high priestess once again. Higher calling, trusting our intuition, having a gut instinct, having a gut reaction with certain things, certain places, certain people, as well as, you know, knowing what we need to do to progress ourselves in our career and work life. And then we have the hermit, getting spiritual advice, messages, coming in like downloads behind the scenes. For whatever reason, I feel like you are spiritually very awakened for this year. You're very hopeful, you're very optimistic, you want to do things the right way, and hence you're getting a lot of psychic hits from the universe telling you what you should do, where you should go. So trust that voice. Whatever messages that are coming through in your life, through song when you're listening to music, through random strangers telling you, you know, check that out or check out this location and things like that. These are not, you know, a series of coincidences. I feel like everything is orchestrated in a way where the universe is trying to deliver messages to you, and they do want you to listen because it's going to guarantee a lot of success for you. And I feel that is very much about, you know, career paths, where you're supposed to go. You're going to get a lot of like psychic downloads and psychic hits telling you like to do this, to do that, to take that course of action, to be here, to find yourself in the right place at the right time so that you can experience something, or so that you can reap the benefits of something. So I do feel if you're compelled to take a specific course of action, go for it, because I feel like it's divinely guided for you to be there. And then I also feel if you're hearing from random strangers, so let's just say, okay, this is a real life example, and for some reason, okay, so for the past few years, I have been seeing and looking at things, and I keep hearing this one keyword, this one organization, this one city from like strangers. I keep hearing it over and over and over again. And it happened in a period of a month. And so I did a quick Google search and I looked it up, and I felt like that's where I was supposed to be career-wise, like in that city with that company, with that organization. So if you keep hearing this, I feel like it's your, you know, your spirit guides trying to communicate a message to you and telling you this is where you're supposed to be. This is something you're supposed to research into and look into, because there's something there that is perfectly orchestrated and created just for you. So with this Three of Crystals, this is something that is long in the making, okay? It didn't happen overnight. It's a series of events and choices that needed to kind of like culminate in order to create something that is perfectly just for you. And I feel like for many of you, You might have been working at cross purposes with yourself. Like your head is like, I do want to go for it. And your heart is like, I don't know how that's feasible. So you might have not been able to trust yourself and trust this decision. But I feel like something is happening here, turning over a new leaf even, or like just the energetic where you're finally ready to take that leap. You're finally ready to see the merit in it. And you're finally trusting that this has, it's like a series of coincidences that has led you to this one place, one location, and you're realizing that you need to trust it. You're hearing it so often that you're starting to see, oh, this is where I'm meant to be. Okay, so I feel like some major decisions you're going to be making from now until the March timeframe. And March, I feel that something's going to culminate. I have here the Two of Wands, okay? And this is in the traditional Rider-Waite deck. It's the man holding the one stick, okay? He's got a globe in his hand. He's looking out into the distance, away from this ivory tower. He is someone who's very learned, okay? So somebody who's like ready to get out into the world and ready to experience things. However, he's got like one wand that is behind him is bolted to the platform. And so this is a kind of like deciding between two things. And it's usually about, should I stay here on this ivory tower where I am protected and I have kind of like a bird's eye view? Should I just stay here with all this knowledge at my disposal? Or am I able to take this knowledge and apply it to the world and make my life better? Or to take a risk by leaving this comfort of this ivory tower and getting into the world to experience things? That's what it feels like to me. And I feel like there has been a decision that you've been mulling over since the 2019 last year time frame. And right now, from now until the March time frame, and I'm seeing March very strongly in the springtime in the northern hemisphere, where a series of events will fall into place to make this dream and to make this step and to make this leap of faith a lot easier for you. So something is working behind the scenes, pulling you in a specific direction. You've been feeling it since 2019. You couldn't get your heart and your mind in alignment in order to take that course of action. And yet, from now until March, you're feeling yourself more ready. Opportunities just kind of land on your lap. And from one opportunity to the next, you feel like it's prepping you. It's prepping you so that by March, you're going to be ready to take this plunge. Okay? So it seems really hopeful to me. Scorpio, if you've been feeling it, I feel like you can even act on it a lot earlier, because the way energy works is it flows, okay? It flows from it just flows. And so if you choose to grab this energy stream in January, you're just going to be pulled along with it. If you choose to, grab it in March, it's still going to be there because energy flows. If you choose to do it at a later time, you're still going to be swept along in this energetic flow. And so I guess like the thing that you might be worried about is it the right time? Or, am I too late? Have I missed the boat? Have I missed the current? And I feel that the spiritual message for you here is that energy flows in one direction, the path of least resistance. What might seem really difficult to initiate in the month of 2019, the portal is opening up for that energetic flow to be, I feel like it's a lot easier to get things going for you, to move in the direction that you have always been divinely guided to take last year. But the circumstances were not ready, were not ripe for you to take this opportunity last year. But now the opportunity is still there. And so you can choose to, ride it midstream. You can choose to ride it early on. Whenever you choose, there isn't a right or a wrong. You just need to be in alignment, body and soul, in order to embark on this new phase, okay?